Good afternoon, everyone. God, I'm so used to saying good morning, Masha. I almost just came out with that, but good afternoon, everyone. This is our learning opportunity for today, and I am here with Masha Cohen, a copywriter and really master of all words, right? What is a copywriter? Somebody who writes words for you in many different forms, and today we're going to be talking about crafting a hero message for your website. So welcome, Masha.
Thanks so much, Nancy. Happy to be here. Hi, everyone. So we're talking about a hero statement. What is a hero statement? That's basically belongs to the hero section of your website, and that's pretty much everything above the fold. So the hero statement is the message that goes along with your photo, the main photo on your website above the
Your
fold.
homepage.
On the homepage, yeah. Oftentimes you see that hero statement. Sometimes you see it overlaying the image, sometimes a little bit above, sometimes a little bit below, depending on your screen size. But yeah, it's essentially the words that go with your photo. So your photo does not do all the work selling you on your behalf. You need words to go
I'm
along.
saying I don't think I have a hero statement on mine, so I really want it. Like I have a picture and then a button, so I'm dying to hear about this hero statement.
Yeah, you may have it. It's like in different forms, but we'll talk about what forms and format the hero statement can appear in. So the job of the hero statement, essentially, there's three jobs. Number one, capture attention. Like it has to immediately stop your website visitors in their tracks. It has to grab them by the eyeballs and make them pay attention. That's number one. Number two, has to make a promise. Your hero statement must make a promise that's appealing to your specific audience. And number three, it needs to evoke curiosity. Like it has to be curiosity inducing. So whoever's on your website actually scrolls down to actually want to learn more about your brand, what you do, how you do. So only three jobs, but like it's difficult jobs because in that short message, you need to make sure you're saying, very powerful things about your brand.
Okay, so I'm going to need some examples.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, that's good.
Do you have examples of the three different kinds?
I do. So so there's a couple of examples. I have some websites for interior designers that I really love. So I'll read you a couple of examples. So one is from Nate Berkus, who we all know, and his hero statement: everything you love, collected and assembled in one place. So what I love about this, it's kind of like a collection. What we know about him, and from what I've read about him, he likes designing with homeowners' existing furnishings. So here he's basically saying, and obviously that appeals to his audience. So he's saying that, your home will be a collection of all of those things. I'll give you another one. This is from Natalia Millar Interior Design Studio. Richly layered, deeply expressive architecture and design. Also quite a powerful one, very kind of evoking an emotional response.
Yeah.
One, I'll give you two more. One from Martha O'Hara Interiors. Dwell in beauty, your style delivered flawlessly by our award-winning designers and powerhouse project management team. This is a really good one because not only it's communicating your value proposition, because this design firm, I assume they do large-scale projects, and they decided to hone in on the project management because every big project requires project management. That's a huge element of any interior design project. And they wanted to pinpoint that not only they're award winning, but also they are great at project management. So that's our value prop. And the last one that I'll give you, it's from one of my favorite interior design websites. That's from Amanda Hamilton. We are the studio that does cool projects with stylish people. They have substance, bypass the rule book, and become concepts and spaces we'll happily occupy. In our book, there is no other way. I love this because if you know anything about this interior design firm, they're very bold and edgy. And this hero statement is in their brand voice, which is so powerful because you're like setting the scene for the entire website and letting your audience know what you're all about.
So question.
Yeah.
The two last ones you read, to me, sound very long.
It all depends. I think it's fine. It all depends how you lay it all out. And there are a couple of things that you can do. You can either do a hero statement and use it as a sentence, or you can split it up and use a heading and a subhead. So I don't think it's long. It communicates one idea. That's the most important one. It's not so much that it's long, but there is no break in the ideas. There's only one idea, and it doesn't create this kind of pause in the reader's mind. So I think it's intuitively good size.
Okay, but now the second to last one you read, it
Yeah.
had like for me and my team, and I would have probably told them to eliminate that, but they wanted to relay that they had a team, not just a solo.
They did. They wanted to. So this hero statement in particular was focusing on their value proposition. So that's actually a great segue in terms of what are the three types, like the different types of hero statements. So
And
there's
how do you
one.
decide which one is good for you?
Exactly, because it is up to you. There's no right or wrong. What feels right to you, what's important to you and your audience. So the number one is the value proposition. What are you good at? And value proposition, it's basically the answering all the main questions: who, what, how, what it is that you do, who you serve, how you serve. So that's your value proposition. What are you damn good at? Like, that's your value proposition. And a couple of these examples are exactly that. They're choosing to focus on what they're really good at. Another one would be a problem state hero statement. I honestly would not recommend it for interior design websites, just because it's leading with a problem. For example, like if this was like a pharmaceutical company marketing migraine medication, you would choose to go with debilitating migraines. Now you have a solution type of that. But for interior design website, that's not very relevant.
Right.
For them, you would either want to go with a value prop, like a value proposition, or a dream state, like the transformation, which is what most interior designers do. Like, what is that transformation? What is that promise that you're giving to your audience?
Okay. So
Yeah.
for most interior designers, you think the right hero statement is the dreaming.
Is the dreaming, or the combination of the value proposition and the transformation, because you could craft it in a way that communicates both. Here's your transformation. Here's our promise for your home. And we're so good at that. Like, here's why, the value proposition kind of combining two in one.
Okay. And when you say put this statement above the fold,
Yeah.
if it has to go in their big, beautiful, bold picture, what if so Nate Berkus has it right under his one big, bold, beautiful statement, but it is the next thing you see the minute you scroll down even a little bit.
The minute you scroll. So I know for some designers, it's so hard to overlay. Maybe there's a web design element in it that they don't want to kind of overshadow the photo. So even if you go, like you said, you literally just scroll down a little bit and then you see it. So I don't think it matters too much. But I think it should be one of the first few seconds, you should see the hero statement.
Yeah, and his I have a big screen up top.
So you see it right after.
It's really big too. I mean, his fonts, it's like everything you love, comma, collected and assembled in, comma, comma after that, one place. Like, it's 3 lines. It's big. Yeah. People cannot miss it.
You can't miss it. And you're not relying on your imagery to do the job of selling. Like, yes, but like, I can't remember who I was talking to, but we're like, if you have 100 tabs open, how are you going to remember that images sometimes look the same? So it's the messaging, it's the words that can really make it memorable and stand out, whether it's your value, whether it's communicating something that you do so well in your interior design firm, or you've really connected this message to something that your audience cares about. So you kind of sometimes evoked an emotional response, which is one of the jobs so one of my first tips would be to evoke an emotional response.
Yes.
You have to make your audience feel something.
It's almost like, I feel like, not changing the name from hero statement, but it's almost like someone's tagline.
Yeah, it kind of. And I think there's so much there's different terms for everything. There's hero statement, there's hero section, tagline, there's subhead, headline. It's all the same, but there's only one job for your audience: to see this message and to be curious enough to scroll down and pay attention and want to learn more and linger on your page, not bounce and not go anywhere.
So it's almost like seeing themselves through your statement as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially if this is a promise, that's what you're making. So yeah. So like I said, it's not that easy to create it, but there are a couple of tips that I would